I decided today that I was going to do a battery replacement on my Super Metroid. I have an earlier video where I took this apart and tested the battery. It was 3 volts. This is the original battery here that came out of my Super Mario World. It's still measuring 3.3 volts. Still testing as good and even better than some other new batteries. And what I had done with Super Mario World was I removed this and installed a battery holder. And I thought that might be my plan originally to do here too, but I was thinking maybe keeping it with the OEM parts and using this original Super Mario World battery that's still testing like new to keep this Super Metroid as OEM as possible, and because it's still an even better battery than the new one that I put in Super Mario World. So I wanted to eventually get 3 100% saved game runs on this cartridge, and I want that to be preserved. So before I put that kind of work into that marathon, I want to remove this battery and put in a longer lasting, in theory, battery. So they are the same batteries, as you can see. So what I'll be taking out will be what I'll be putting in. It'll be orientated like this. I was actually going to wait to do this until I got my Omni Fixo that I just recently ordered, because it's a lot more, it would be a lot easier to have a board or some kind of clamping device when doing this, but I can get by and we'll get it done. I think what I'll start with is, again, with the desoldering tool. Okay, while the desoldering tool here is heating up, I'm also going to get the soldering iron heated, because that's going to be necessary to walk the battery out. I want to get the solder removal tool to get the solder from and the light is out on this, so both tools are to temperature. And this works just great. So that tool works really well at just removing all that excess solder that's there. And I should be able to just come in with the iron. This is where I wish I had that Omni Fixo, like I was saying. I think in some cases it actually helps to add solder. I'm trying to remove solder, if that makes sense. Get the better solder in there. Let's see that. Yeah, see how that just came out so much easier. Now what's nice is that I can come in with the desoldering tool and just remove it. You'll see that it leaves those holes absolutely cleared and clean. Do the same thing on that side. Both those holes are absolutely cleared out. Clean on both sides. Done with the desoldering tool. Now what I want to do is come in with some alcohol and just clean the area. Alcohol and a Q-tip. Now I have both batteries here. I think that's the one there that came out of it. But we are going to now test to be sure that we put the right battery back into it. So you'll see here that I have 3.3 volts. That's what I thought would be the Super Mario World battery. And it's still testing better than most new batteries. And over here is still testing good. 3 volts. That's still good and will probably last for a good bit longer. But just because Super Metroid being my favorite game of all time, I'm going to give it like a brand new, basically new old stock OEM battery. for this cartridge so that it can live on for many, many more. So, just because that battery still has some of the old solder on it. Hopefully that's enough without having to get some braid out to clear it off. It's installed nicely there. So, what we'll do now is just come in, solder that back in. Okay, we definitely got a couple good welds there. The battery is installed. Just gonna give it a second to cool off. We're gonna get that back in the case. I'm going to actually clean these contacts. They look very clean right now. Okay, we'll test that now that it's installed. And for the first time it's dropped below 3.3, but it's still 3.296, which I'm going to come in and clean those where I soldered it. We essentially still have our 3.3 volts there. I'm sure that'll last for many more decades to come by my measure. So we'll go ahead and put that back together. And that's good because, like I said, I want to put 3 saves down on that. And I was thinking of maybe playing this game tonight. So I wanted to get this battery mod done before I did that, so that I can start putting in the time necessary to get that accomplished, and then have that preserved on this new battery rather than this old battery, which will eventually die in theory before this one. So that's how you can change your battery in any Super Nintendo cartridge and most classic cartridges that are using the same type of soldered tabbed battery. And in this case I just changed it 1 for 1. You can also put a battery holder in there, and if you want to see how that's done, I have a video on the channel where I did that with Super Mario World. That's where this battery that came from is in here. So if you want to see how that is done, you can check that video out, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.